go ahead and drop a like on this video right now. And just like usual, I'm gonna go ahead and give some lucky subscribers right.
To B, he's joined the Icon series officially, but the skin hasn't been revealed yet, nor the back bling, emote, or pickaxe that will be coming along as a part of his set, but they released this official teaser trailer to show that he's, yes, joined the Icon series. And speaking of cosmetics, you know how we had the Daredevil tournament where select players who placed very high in the tournament itself, the Super Series, earn the Daredevil skin for free? What are you doing, Ghost Henchman? Well, it turns out this skin didn't actually get distributed for those players who were eligible or claimed it anyways from placing so high in the EU area, I believe, or on those servers. So Epic Games today, for those players who didn't receive it in the EU region, said, hey, I mean, we're gonna give you some free V-Bucks and the skin. As you can see, Merle tweeted out, he just received 1,000 V-Bucks for the delay of the Daredevil skin on his account. This has been happening to a ton more creators and generally people on Twitter who are playing Fortnite too, and we know Epic Games like to make up for their mistakes, so this is definitely one apology well accepted by the community. But anyways, with that being the sporadic stuff we had to mention today, this guy right here, as you can see on the Fortnite Mayor's challenge timer on the challenge table, is soon going to be leaving alongside Shadow Midas. And to be honest, it won't make a difference because he gets knocked so easily. I mean, that surely then means the mythic drum gun is going to be vaulted. So if you never got to use this weapon, I suggest you know, go to the ruins now and eliminate Shadow Midas. And speaking of Shadow Midas leaving, I hate this cobweb. I always fall through the floor there. This then apparently is going to mean that Meowscles may potentially be a boss at the ruins, or what gets reverted back to the Authority, as this bull from Chapter 2 Season 2 in the Meowscles Agent Lair has randomly appeared here. As you guys know, upstairs too we had a summoning circle which basically made it possible for Midas to return after getting eaten by the shark, but now we have a small summoning shrine to Meowscles, so it seems, with his M initial on the bull that again is identical to the one that we saw in Chapter 2 Season 2, and with this free spray competition or community battles being available for everybody that will soon be granted onto everyone's accounts, as you can see I've already earned it, and with this including Meowscles, it kinda confirms that he's going to be returning with everything teased in the manner it has to do with him as a mythic boss. Now in terms of mythic bosses upcoming, believe me, there's more, so make sure you stay in tune, with the 14.50 update rolling around very soon, next week, early on, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, with this knocking out Fortnite mares from our Fortnite world for another year, set to return obviously most indefinitely in 2021. This then not only means that we can say goodbye to these weird Halloween themed map changes, such as not only these trees, the revamped Authority, the ruins, but the witch sites too, and most importantly, the shadows and fog. And with us reverting back to our normal times in Fortnite, that then means we're on the normal developments, with there only being 2 updates left, and with this next update, the second to last being set to release next week. And with us being on our normal set route, if I got off track a bit there, that then means that obviously the map is just preparing for the arrival of Galactus, him approaching more so closely by the day, and here is a small gift that Sizzy Leaks managed to put together in terms of how closer he's approached this entire season. Salty is usually hella populated. I wish it was today. I haven't had any eliminations yet. We'll make up for that at the end of the game though. Perhaps finally anyways, because the shadows are always lurking. I think I can hear one actually. And speaking of shadows, we can see them lurking. Oh wait, there's 3? Jeez, what are you guys doing down here? Oh no, there's 4. A full squad of shadows. Not today. And anyways, getting back on track, speaking of Galactus, we actually have some leads from a reliable source, who obviously contacted FireMonkey, a reliable data miner, basically stating that this Zoom call podcast that I'll link in the video description down below revealed a lot not only about the future of Fortnite, but the future being largely based around, well, what happens during the Nexus War live event that will be the live event LTM that we enter to defeat Galactus or team up with people to make this happen. And honestly, I wasn't liking this Marvel collaboration at first, but now I'm kind of digging it considering the hype that's building up. And the hype is definitely worth it too, considering this event, the Galactus live event or Nexus War that we're going to be taking part in, with more pouring out with every update that happens in the game's coding anyways to do with developments or what's going to be happening during the event. One of the most interesting things that not many people are talking about is the fact that the black hole animation screen or live event queue for our lobby was re-implemented, meaning it's perhaps going to be on par to scale of the black hole event, but hopefully this time the Fortnite servers aren't shut off for a few days. That would be really annoying. But despite the Galactus developments being implemented into the game's coding or files more so recently anyways as the days have been passing, alongside more to come in 14.50 when it actually commences in terms of downtime, believe it or not, we actually have another ability leaked for an existing boss that perhaps we're even going to go and visit now. As you guys may or may not know, over the past last few days or even the last week, we've had leaks or speculation pointing toward Iron Man receiving an Iron Man mythic jetpack. This has not only been further confirmed by Hypex tweeting out, you know, the fact that we have these sound effects that you're hearing in the background right now, but the icon for this ability was updated as PQ, I hope I've said his name right there, has tweeted out or found in the coding, and furthermore to do with our Marvel superheroes that were particularly involved in the Avengers or Avengers Endgame film in itself. We have the Endgame LTM updated in terms of some of the assets that were included throughout it, meaning that they're perhaps going to be used in the Nexus War live event LTM when we fight off Galactus, if we could see him, because the fog is not good for that. And as you guys know, in Avengers Endgame or the Endgame LTM, we had Thanos' gauntlet power, meaning yes, we could become Thanos in this game mode itself or use his gauntlet abilities or the Infinity Stones. And you know how in Avengers Endgame, you know, this huge scale battle, Iron Man sacrificed himself by using the gauntlets? Well, what if this was a similar scale event but in Fortnite versus Galactus where Iron Man actually sacrifices himself? I think that would be an event for the centuries in the gaming world. Anyways, what is going on here? Who are you guys shooting? Are you just shooting each other? They must have been, because I can't see anyone. That's my Stark robot impression. Okay, you're here too. But now that we've discussed the possibility of the live event, considering we have a ton of strings relating to its developments or what's going to be further upcoming until it occurs or is implemented, oh my god, the wheel has been shot off my Iron Man whiplash. You know what, if I run you over, it's completely on accident because I can't control this thing. Wait, Iron Man hasn't been eliminated either? I'll sort that out. And the Stark robot has eliminated the guy I hit with the car. But yeah, without getting off track too much, let's go over now some new bosses, brand new in the Fortnite world, with potentially some keycards to vaults that we haven't seen yet. And the first one we're going to be talking about is Boss Venom, as obviously we've seen Venom's ability in the Marvel-based LTMs like the Knockout mode and others such of the sort. And Hypex has now managed to confirm, and other data miners, that yes, Venom will be a skin, but he will be bigger of scale, like other than our normal Fortnite characters, more so the size of Brutus that we saw man in the Grotto as a mythic boss. And speaking of mythic bosses and the Grotto or Brutus, with him being of similar size to Brutus, Venom the character from the Marvel universe, could this mean, considering there's been updated, wow, I guess we'll have to fight as the Shadows once more before Fortnite Mares ends. Could this mean that we see, you know, Venom as a mythic boss in the Grotto if the water actually manages to recede out of it, and obviously this back door opens to let it flush out? I definitely think that would be really cool, considering obviously a lot of our Marvel characters are speculated to be bosses, but then it's like never proven, or a lot of them don't come to the game, to be honest. And speaking of an instance where this has happened, we've had the Ant-Man and Ghost Rider skins leaked from the coding anyways, and it's looking more likely out of these two, if we were to see mythic bosses or abilities surrounding them, it would be Ant-Man. Oh wow, hopefully we have some better luck this game. I swear it's because we're not wearing Peelybone. He is our little good luck charm. And don't forget guys too, before we take off, we actually have this vault down here, I believe. Okay, so I couldn't find it, but it basically confirms that yes, we'll be able to loot the helicarrier, as it's also been confirmed it's going to be hovering above our map, perhaps even in preparation of fighting off Galactus, if we can see him. Wait, there he is. God, he's quite close now. But yeah, from devouring our Fortnite world. And I didn't mention before, because I kind of got off track, about why Ant-Man is more likely to be the mythic boss instead of Ghost Rider, if any of them are coming to the game or their mythic abilities. Well, this is because we have a string in the files relating to a challenge called or stating landed on Ant-Man, meaning perhaps not only Ant-Man is going to be making an appearance over there where his POI is, but instead of being ant-like or small, he's going to be completely huge. Hopefully they didn't see me, as otherwise if he was tiny, like how would we land on him? And speaking of mythic weapons or things specifically that are implemented that you guys would find interesting, Datamine has also managed to find in the files that we're going to be seeing a fire extinguisher weapon. I don't know if this is going to be to do with the gas station. Oh, get away from me, Shadow. I don't know if this is going to be to do with the petrol stations and stuff like that, like putting out fires and such, but apparently it is a weapon, and it's going to be upcoming more than likely in 14.50. I think the safest place for me, honestly, right now is in a car. I underestimate how much damage these shadows do. There's not going to be anybody happier than me to see these things gone out the game. Like, oh my god, they've been so annoying. But in terms of talking about our bosses, though, that will be coming to Fortnite, it doesn't just end there. So annoying, even the sounds. And they were always interrupting interrupting us when we're trying to talk about mythic bosses and, you know, interesting or exciting stuff. But anyways, as I was going to mention, we also are still yet to see Boss Mystique, as she was updated not only into the game's coding, confirmed to be a boss, but her mythic ability, these dual-wield mini Uzis, were too. Where am I getting shot from? I'm just gonna get back in the car, and you know what? I'm gonna have to do these guys dirty. I am so sorry. Oh wait, here he is. Literally can't even see this dude. How is he even shooting me? Like, how? Have you got Galactus's glowing eyes to see me through that fog, or am I just blind? And they come back so quickly as ghosts. No, don't heal. Eliminate the ghost, or shadow, or whatever you want to call them. I will miss the fact, though, that it says you have a ton of eliminations at the end of most solos, duos, or squads games, because, you know, the amount of shadows that fail to eliminate you. But yeah, they are really annoying. So despite us not having any more intel on Mystique, considering she was updated into the game's coding before the 14.30 update, and considering she was expected to come in this update, but now we're in 14.40 and don't see her, maybe she makes more of an impact upon appearance with her own vault location, guided by certain themed henchmen to do with, you know, herself or people surrounding her in the Marvel universe, I guess. And whilst now we're obviously facing mythic bosses, you know, like us, the Fortnite characters, to eliminate them like I'm going to do with Shadow Midas right here, to get their mythic weapons, what if I told you that perhaps at the end of the season they might all come together, the mythic bosses, and fight with us instead of against us, to once and for all defeat the Devourer of Worlds, or final boss being Galactus. And not only do we get more insight per day through leaks from data miners revealing things about this event, but I know a lot of people aren't talking about this. The comic book tab in the Battle Pass menu itself is something that reveals the story of how, you know, Fortnite and Marvel are clashing together, especially with Galactus now as they've arrived on our island, the Marvel characters. Well, speaking of this comic book, alright, interestingly enough, it reveals the extension of Chapter 2 Season 4, as the queues in the files basically got updated for this ending, this comic book tab right here, which is technically a small event. And this extension will be until December 2nd or 3rd, I believe, but you guys will be able to see that on screen. And I'm not sure why they've done this, considering they literally have everything already underway or planned out anyways, as not only are 14.50 and 60 being tested, and 14.50 is being staged, meaning it's complete, but the update 15.00 being Chapter 2 Season 5 is already being tested on the test servers alongside 14.60. So many zombies at Salty Springs. I take back what I said about this place being dead. And you know what? Let's get back in our whiplash that we had. Now, can this be a 40 limb game win? That right there is the golden question. But with them already having everything ready for the next season starting, this then means that this event, the live event with our mythic bosses and the final boss Galactus, is going to be completely huge. Let me explain. So as you guys know, the Doomsday Live event, or the Device Live event as it was called anyways, where Midas harnessed the power of the storm, you know, the last Fortnite storyline related live events, which was actually the most attended or viewed ever in the history of Fortnite? Well, apparently it's going to be on par, if not bigger, the scale of this event in terms of, you know, what's happening and viewership, or is at least expected to be. But with them already having everything planned in advance, this then only means that they can refine small things or make this event flow smoothly as possible, despite the fact it's inevitably going to get a capped limit on the LTM, meaning then people who can attend the event in-game. And make sure you guys are getting into this event LTM Nexus War 30 minutes early to secure your spot, because they will inevitably tweet out something like this Fortnite on their official Twitter. Whiplash runs out of gas way too quick, man. As you guys know, Epic Games work hard to give us a ton of content in the game all the time, making it, you know, fresh or as fresh as possible. So for them to plan this far in advance to get everything done without them having, you know, any of their new brilliant ideas implemented in the upcoming immediate updates, this then means not only the focus of this event is going to be huge, but the event, I mean, everything going down, it's requiring a ton of work, alright, to get perfected, so that we can, you know, experience perhaps the biggest thing in gaming history live. Uh-oh, it looks like some people are battling Wolverine. It's the jumping that gets me with these shadows. I am the Shadow Slayer, as Shadow Meowscles. And another thing I love about Fortnite too is they always have these, like, I don't know, side storylines, so you could call them anyways. For instance, what happened with Deadpool at the yacht in Chapter 2 Season 2, where he kicked Meowscles out, and that's the reason behind, or inspiration of the I Sit spray with Shadow Meowscles that's speculated to be, because of this and the Bull, to be another mythic boss in Chapter 2 Season 4. Okay, so less ghosts than people alive. That's interesting. Wait, Wolverine's in the storm? Are you gonna run for me? Oh my god, he's fast. He's fast AF. My god, he's gonna eliminate me. He's really gonna oh, thank god. I thought he was gonna get back up there for a second too. Like, no, I ain't about to go round 2 with Wolverine. You wanna dance? Okay, so the 40 limb win is not looking likely. found some of the shadows at least. Oh wait, no, I found the last guy too. He will be mine, Shadow. So will you, by the looks of it. I think these shadows don't even care. Like, they just don't seem to be coming at me. I don't know. Okay, a 1v1. Alright, bring it. Let's fight fire with fire. Shing shing, bring the claws out. If we lose this, then I'm an idiot. Here he is, the last shadow. Let's get him. And we won. 36 elimination win. Not too bad.